Hey code warriors, welcome back to another engaging episode on CodeMaster Quest. Today we are journeying with a robot and navigating its way through a grid. So let's dive right in and find the question description on LeetCode. There is a robot on a grid with m rows and n columns, and the robot is initially located at the top left corner of the grid. The robot tries to move to the bottom right corner, and the robot can only move either down or right at any point in time. And given two integer m and n, we should return the number of possible unique paths that the robot can take to reach the bottom right corner. And the test cases are generated so that the answer will be less than or equal to this value, 2 multiplied by 10 to the power of 9. Okay, now we have some constraint here for this question. The number of rows and columns is going to be between 1 and 100, right? So let's switch back to the Visual Studio Code and try to implement this problem. To solve this question, we need to have the function signature. So let's come back to the browser, make a copy of the function signature, and paste it here in Visual Studio Code. There we go. Here is the function signature. But before implementing the solution for this problem, let me talk about two observations here. If the number of rows or column is going to be equal to 1, then there is only one unique path to reach to the bottom left corner. And for each cell in this grid, the number of ways to reaching to, for example, this blue cell is going to be equal to the number of ways to reaching to the cell above the cell and plus to the cell on the left of the target cell, right? With these two observations, let me try to implement the solution for this problem. So let's say if m is going to be 1 or n equal to 1, then we should return 1. Otherwise, let me define a grid of zeros and count the number of ways for each cell. So let's say unique path, array, repeating, 0, count is going to be n, and here count would be n. Now let me make two nested for loop to calculate the number of ways. For I in 0 to m and for j in 0 to n. Right? We should calculate the unique path for I and j. Then I'm going to calculate this value based on one observation. If you are on the row number 1 or column number 1, then the number of ways would be 1. Otherwise, we should use our observation. So let's say I is going to be 0 or j is going to be 0. Then the number of ways would be just 1. Otherwise, we should say unique paths for the cell above and cell on the left side. I minus 1 and j plus unique paths for I and j minus 1, right? And at the end, we should return unique paths for m minus 1 and n minus 1. And now it's time to test our implementation, right? So let's come back to the browser, make a copy of the first example. For this example, we should return 28. So let me copy it and come back to the Visual Studio Code and open the terminal. Now I should call my function, right? So let's say print unique path for 3 and 7, and then we should have 28 as a result, right? So let's say Swift problem.swift. It's 28. Now let's submit our solution to LeetCode. Copy it and come back to the browser and paste it just right here and make our code clean. And there we go. Let's hit the submit button. Perfect. Here is the solution for this question. Thank you, everyone.